Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. We have Ash Echoes back in the spotlight for today's content, and I want to give a huge shout out to their marketing team for sponsoring this video and enabling me to bring it to your awareness. Last time we spoke about this game, we touched up on the surface level things, but I want to hone in more on the combat and the build system in this video, because that is the most intimidating part and the biggest learning curve. And if you can learn what that does and how the build system, the combat, as well as the characters in the rogue mode all tie in to the beauty of this game, I think you'll learn to appreciate it. If you're somebody who loves cooking with builds, strategizing, team development, and really getting creative, I think you're gonna love this game because it's got one of the most innovative qualities I've ever seen to a build and combat system. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not someone who takes sponsorships just to glaze a game and get a paycheck. I really pride myself in explaining the things I really enjoy, educating you on them in a truthful manner, and also only pointing out the things I truly admired and found joy in doing with my experience in playing the game. If you end up enjoying it, don't forget to download this game down below in the description box or the pinned comment in the comments section. It comes out on November 13th. Mark your calendars, completely free. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so just real brief. Remember, guys, we have our Echomancers, which are your characters. We have our memory traces, which is a unique twist on basically putting armor on a character. It's basically a combination of both your weapon and armor for your teams. Except you put this literally on one character, you designate that character as a leader, and then you cook up a build inside of the rogue mode that is going to take the unique perks of these memory traces and then apply it to your team. It's a very complex and intricate, innovative approach to building like your teams. I'm telling you, it's crazy, but it makes more sense when I explain it all to you and how it works in tandem with basically cooking up teams. Then we have tactical engraving. This is the leader perk I was telling you about. This is my current leader right here. Also my favorite character in the game. This guy's sick. But you choose this person as a leader. I've already put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 memory traces in total. You put the build onto the guy. You get the perks of the build, right? Each one of these SSR memory traces or SR memory traces, they have abilities. And then when you go into the rogue mode, you're able to unlock these abilities and then apply them to the leader, which then gets applied to the party. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's an insane cook on a build system. And like I said, it can be very intimidating because you don't know anything about the game. And that's what you have me here for, to teach you about how all this stuff works. Next thing I want to show you guys is their character variety on their roster, which this game is anything but lacking in a variety of character designs and concepts. This dude here, again, my favorite character in the game, bro. He's got a literal like stand shotgun arm, super sick character. He's a lightning skirmisher, which they specialize in airborne units, but this dude is just an actual just DPS. Like airborne or not, he's popping off. We've got a healer right here who is one of the best healers in the game, sustainers in the game. She's giving off mad Aerith vibes from Final Fantasy VII. We've got Lorel, who is a corrosive vanguard, specializing in a mixture of like DPSing / tanking, sustaining the party, dealing like dot. Like she does so much. She also gives off like a sauna vibe with the piano being played right there. We've got Kairos. He is a striker, fire DPS dealer. Dude's super sick, and his ult transformation is like kind of like a wolf element to it. I don't know if he's an actual wolf, but definitely got the furry ears going on there. Anyways, this guy's sick. One of the best DPS in the game from my experience. And then we've got her, who is a water tactician, which they're capable of controlling / weakening enemies. This is going to be a part of the cook I'm going to be showing you guys in the gameplay. I use this character to generate water zones, to which I then use the hassle, the DPS, the lightning DPS, to trigger electroconduct elemental reaction. But like I said, we'll get into that in a bit. This is the weed character. I love her, man. She's sick. She's basically got a lot of EI sheath abilities and stuff. She's a wind DPS striker. And then we've got Pris. This is one of the, okay, this is the character I was telling you. I think she's so sick. She basically like creates these electrical domes where she's just shocking the heck out of people. You can trigger like elemental reactions, like a fire elemental reaction with lightning, and she's just very easy to utilize. And because she's a 5-star and not a 6-star, it's a bit easier to get some copies of her with some luck on your side. I like her a lot, and honestly, I feel like she can fit in a plethora of different team compositions. Also like her design. Design looks really cool. But this dude, Shu, the boy, he's a physical Vanguard. Look at how sick he looks, bro. He's one of my favorite designs in the game. Again, another sick character. Vanguards do a mixture of DPSing / tanking and breaking shields and stuff. I like him a lot. But like I said, this game has all kinds of character concepts. It's got some guy characters. It's got female characters, a mixture of them both. What I like about him, and I can't be the only one that thought this, bro literally reminds me of the upper ranked Moon from Demon Slayer. The third, I think it's the third Moon, the one who fought, you know, we're not gonna do no spoilers here, but the guy with the paws, man, he literally reminds me of him. Next thing I want to show off is the summon system. Let's go ahead and head over here. This is the current promotional character, which we've already acquired one copy of her, and then this is going to be the promotional rate up. I actually want to go on just the standard banner since I've got some pulls to like play around with here. The character I'm trying to pick up is this water healer. She not only obviously can she sustain my team, she synergizes with the electro conduct concept I'm trying to go for, as opposed to my wind healer. Since she's water, I think she can just help trigger some electro conduct. She can't generate a water zone, but I got one character on the team who can, but she is giving like barriers, aqua shield that lasts 600 seconds, damage taken from projectiles is reduced, damage taken from other sources is reduced, right? Like she just looks like a really cool unit that will synergize with the concept I'm going for with the team I'm cooking up. I more so want to show you guys what the summon system looks like. So you pull this down and you're hoping it turns red. If it turns red, you got a 6-star. If it turns gold, obviously you got some 5-stars. And if it turns purple, you got the worst luck of all time. I don't think it can turn purple. I think it always is gonna, at the bare minimum, give you a 5-star. At least I've never seen it turn purple. So we're gonna turn it and we got a gold. Okay, so how many golds did we get? This is the summon system. This is what it looks like. I actually like it. I think it looks really good. I do. Look at that. So we got 2 golds. And everything else is purples. You can click on each one to see what you got. If you've never caught the character before, it's going to show in a special cutscene. If you receive the character, it's going to do just that, right? So we can do this, or you can click on this and see what we got. All right, I've already acquired her, so it didn't show no special animation. I've acquired most of the characters. Click on this one, boom, and then I've already acquired her as well. So we can press skip so we don't have to see everything, and then it'll show them off. And then we just dive again, and we have 8 pin pulls, right? So we got 80 wishes here, and we're gonna go until we see a red, just so you guys can see what that looks like. We're gonna pull down, it's gonna get a red, it's gonna be a red. Come on, don't play with me, bro. Y'all, my audience knows how god tier my luck is. They know. So don't be playing hard to get. Yacht! Damn it, Bobby. Okay, let's see what we got. How many SRs did we get? How many 5-stars? Just one? This game's scam. All right, it's a scam, guys. Pack it up. Surely right here, right? Surely we did a Michael Phelps dive for a red. Oh, there it is. Let's go. I like how you can like redo it over and over. Okay, 2? Can we get 2 of them? Damn. That'd be insane, right? All right, let's see who this is. And please be the water healer. Please be the water healer. Please. Again, if we've never acquired the character, it's going to show a special little cutscene. Water here. All right, well, we try. That's all right. So we got that boy Luke. That boy Luke be running around on a freaking moped, bro, clapping cheeks. I do want to do a couple of memory trace summons too, just so you guys can see. We already got this, so let's choose something else. Let's cancel that, and let's choose a different SSR. I think I want to go with Dusk Radiance. I think that one looks. I think that one's. Oh, wait, who is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. Is that? No, he doesn't even have fox ears. When applying elemental res reduction or elemental weakness to a target, increase the target's extra damage taken from the element for the duration of. Okay, you know what? That sounds actually really freaking broken. So I'm gonna pick this up anyways. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. First try going red. First try. Oh my. All right, that's fine. Skip. All right, second try. Here we go. Second try. Okay, no. That was a fluke. That was a fluke. I was just trying to make it entertaining, guys. You know, suspenseful. Here we go. Third time's a charm. All right. 3 strikes, then you're out. There it is. God dang it, Bobby. Oh, we never got that one. That's a new one. Nice. And it's an attack one. All right, final one. There it is. Okay, we got a 50-50 though. Did we win the 50-50? That is the question. No, that's not it. We lost. Game scuffed. I'm uninstalling, guys. End of the video. Just kidding. All right, so we got this one, and that's pretty much what the memory trace system looks like. I wonder what that one does, though. I am actually curious. Let's go ahead and pull up to the memory traces here. I want to see where that one actually is. Here it is. Its ability says when there are 2 or more physical Echomancers on the field, applies 1 stack of Inspire. Oh, so it's a physical SSR. Okay, that's fine. And then we've got its other Nexus skills over here too, which you can unlock in the roguelike mode. You can go and examine these. We'll get back to that in a bit, but that's what the summon system looks like. All right, now it's time to give you guys a bit of the combat experience taste. We're gonna go to lab 2, which this has been the most difficult content in the game for me personally. And it's gonna be long-winded and drawn out, so you guys can get a real taste of what that combat experience is gonna look like. This is gonna be my team. I told you guys before, Hassel is my main DPS. He's also a skirmisher who specializes in getting airborne units, you know, sent to the Shadow Realm, but he can also just straight up be a DPS. Is he the best in the game? Probably not, but I like him. I like how he functions, so he's cool. But we're gonna be using him, and then we're gonna be using Sambika, who is gonna be our water tactician. She's gonna be generating water zones and creating like storm clouds and stuff, so she like synergizes very well with him. She's a 5-star too. She's not even a 6-star. So that's going to be her role on the team, generate water zones. She also has this good control ability that knocks and pushes the waves of enemies back so that they can't attack our base, because this game does have a base much similar to like League of Legends, where you have to protect your tower. If the tower dies, then you fail. So we got to protect the tower. She's really good at pushing them back as well as generating those zones so that we can dish out tons of electroconduct damage. And then we have a tank, which is my boy right here. We need him to aggro these large crowds of enemies because they're really aggressive. And if we don't have a tank, they're just gonna freaking mow down my back line. And that's what him and Laurel are going to be doing. They're kind of just gonna be tanking, keeping my team alive, as well as contributing to damage and, you know, so on and so forth. The additional reserved units, which we can actually pull them in the middle of battle. If I feel like somebody's about to die, I can pull in my healer Azir, or I can pull in another DPS or another electro unit that can help funnel like electroconduct and stuff. But basically that's how it's going to function. And then we have our leader. Our leader is very, very important. We're going to go into the rogue mode and explain that in a bit, but basically I took this guy into the rogue mode to unlock his leader role. I put the build on him to give him particular perks that we're going to be utilizing in the midst of combat. You know, 2 or more lightning Echomancers. We're going to get some Inspire at level 2, 7 stacks. This is a whole entire build that I basically put together in the rogue mode, and he's our leader. And now that build is going to be applicable to our party. So let's go ahead and go into battle. This was probably the most fun I've had with the combat. This mode, this lab mode, it's really challenging and fun, most importantly. So we're going to start off again. You only have 4 units that can be out there at a time. This guy does not need to be in the front. He needs to be in the back. This is our tank. We're going to put him up front in front of our tower. We need to protect this tower with our life. And we're going to put our Vanguard up there with them as well. And these 2 are collectively going to be tanking for us. I'm going to put her in the back with our skirmisher. This is the girl who creates the zones and stuff. And I like this format. This is looking pretty good. Nice little 4-man setup. And we have 3 people on reserve, a healer, a striker damage dealer who's a fire element. And then we have our electric, I think she's a attack. I don't remember. Oh, I think she's a ranger. I don't remember what her role. But we're going to be using these 3. And then you can see Inspire from engravings. These are the buffs that we're going to get thanks to our tactical engraving leader, which is nice. And I think there's even more buffs that it just doesn't show all of them. But regardless, these are our buffs over here. Let's go ahead and press start. Okay, so off rip, We got these guys coming in hot, but our tank is doing no problem absorbing those hits. You can see down here, he's doing his job. We're going to switch her to a defensive role. This is one of the perks she has. You can switch between offense and defense. Switch between defense so that she can help tank. So we switch her between defense. Now that we've got a little bit more units, I'm going to go ahead and drop this guy's skill, which it basically puts this lightning zone down, does some good damage, increases his attack and his resilience as well. And if I feel like too many units are coming in, we can push them back with this girl, which I can turn this over here. This is that real-time tactical strategy. I just want to show y'all what this looks like. So we're going to use it to push them back in a way, which is also a defensive perk. It deals damage in the process and it gets them off of our tower and our character. So we're gonna go ahead and press it. Yeah, she pushes them back. Now this dude over here, you'll notice this purple meter. This is his ability to transition into the stand mode. But to help fill it up, we're gonna use his skill. And since he's a skirmisher, skirmishers can cast combo skill activation, which means they can cast their skill twice in a row. We're gonna cast it twice in a row. We get malevolence built up, and now bro's ultimate is up now, which means now we're not his ultimate, his transformation ability. Oh, we ran out of the gather skill. Let's cast this again. Boom. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and enter our ghost hand state. Now bro's got the arm out. He attacks way faster. You see that damage, bro start, and look, she's generating the water zone and the thunder cloud up there. Now we're really popping off. I need to pop his ultimate, and we're gonna try and cover as much ground as we can with that ultimate. Yeah, there we go. You know what? I'm actually gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off. Yes, so we can buff first with her. Now we can pop his ultimate. I wanted to buff with her first, and now we can pop his ultimate. And one cool thing about popping his ultimate is that it actually is going to prevent me from running out of his ghost hand state. He has a time that he can enter the ghost hand state. Dude, this is sick. This is so sick. Turn that down just a little bit in case it's not overbearing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is, dude, they went all out on this game in terms of ult animation. So he shoots it, boom, bow. And now you'll notice I've foregone this running out. Once this runs out, I leave my ghost hand state. But when you cast ultimate for 15 seconds, it prevents that from not running out. Okay, now it's running out again. I'm gonna use some abilities to try to prolong the state, because that's another perk that he has. We're gonna use another ability. And as you can see, I've kind of boosted it up. Now, see, we got a little bit more time in that state, thanks to us managing it effectively. So now I have another ultimate up. This is the Vanguard's ult, and her ult is really fucking good. We're gonna go ahead and pop this. He's tanking this side, she's tanking that side. Things are looking good. If I need to, I can push some units away with oh girl, but I think we're doing fine. Everyone's health is looking pretty good. We can pop her ult right now if we want to. We really could. I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna push these units away, because they're kind of doing some pretty good damage to her. You push right here. Push them away. They're doing some pretty good damage to my girl. Back up, back up. And these three, they're over there just stunned. I'm waiting for more units to spawn in so we can cast our ult and hit everyone. Pop his ult. Boom. And then now I think we got enough units out there. Yeah. Now we're gonna pop her ult. Her ult is strong, man. Dude, she pulls up with the freaking Sana ult from League, I swear. And she does corrosive damage to everyone out on the field. Vanguards are freaking beast in this game. Like I said, they do it all. They deal damage, they protect your team, they break shields. Like, they're great. Here he is. Boom, you'll just start seeing those purple numbers. Look, electro conduct, you're seeing people taking damage out there. It's really nice. We're gonna activate his one more time. He ran out. Boom, there we go. He also aggroes the targets. Dude, there's a lot of people over there taking damage, man. You see that? Let's go ahead and try and see if we can get our guys ult up, because he doesn't do any damage until he enters his ghost hand state. Ooh, look at that. Look at all that purple damage. That's the Vanguard. That's oh girl, man. She does not play. Okay, he's up. We can enter his ghost hand state. His malevolence built all the way up, and now we can start popping off. Oh my goodness. Yep. You know what? Can we move a little bit more? There we go. Oh. All right, we can skip the animation now that you guys seen it. Boom. Shoot. Boom. him to the shadow realm, bro. Oh, that's why I like that dude, bro. He's so sick. Okay, I feel like it's getting a little cluttered over here, you know? We can push these guys back. I'm not worried about those peasants. Let's push these guys back. Back up, bro. Give me 50 feet. All right. We don't need to use his abilities because now we've kind of foregone the expiration on it. See, is that okay? Now it's going down. We're still chilling. Still chilling. Still chilling. Let's get the buff. And then now we're going to activate our Hassel's abilities. See, it's about to run out. Let's go ahead and activate some abilities. It restores malevolence basically when you activate abilities. Okay, restore it a little bit. Pop it again. Send him to the shadow realm. And now, you know, once it runs out, it runs out. I'm okay with it. We're going to switch over to offense because we're actually handling business right now. We're doing good. And if I feel like somebody's about to die, we can actually just swap him out. Like this dude's on his last ability usage. Another thing I want to point out, everybody has a finite amount of times that they can use their abilities. I've ran out with him. I've got 2 stacks left with her. He's only got 1 more left. We're going to use it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swap him out. And we're going to put a healer in there to get everybody back on, you know, juicy damage. We're going to go ahead and cast AoE heal. Beautiful animation. She's another 6-star. All the 6 stars have the most like gorgeous animations. Telling you guys, man, this game, like, you're sleeping on it, man. It's a good game. Really good game. The combat's actually really enjoyable. And they cooked. Okay, so look, everybody's health is back to full. I think we're about to win. Nobody else is gonna get summoned. Did we win? Yep, we won. Look at that. Easy money. Didn't even have to really swap anybody in. This girl is an absolute savage. I'm pretty sure she's way stronger and like way more valuable than my my gun guy, but I just love him so much, bro. He's so sick. And that is a good representation of how battle functions in Ash Echoes. Okay, the final thing I want to talk to you guys about is actually one of the most important aspects of the game. It's going to be the Echoing Nexus mode. This mode is where you're going to essentially pick your designated leader to go through this rogue mode with, and their abilities and the build that you put on them is going to affect the entirety of the team's power, you know, their potency and how strong, and basically what conditions you're going to fulfill to make your team composition that you yourself cooked up with synergize and work. Well, I chose this guy, right, because he's my favorite character, but after looking at his leader engraving skills, which will then be applicable if you make them your leader, they're okay. Like basic attack deal 30% damage to a target at a distance exceeding 700. Basic attack crit deals 30% increased damage. Don't get me wrong, these are good stats, but they're only for him. And increased extra damage by 10%. The effect is doubled in a dry environment. How many times am I going to be in a dry environment? You know, speeds up the evaporating rate of water terrain and slows down the disappearance rate of fire terrain. I don't know. It's just the team I cooked up, the electroconduct team I cooked up. These aren't the most effective ones. But when I looked at this girl right here, our new water healer, she has some very interesting perks that are much easier to fulfill. Increase extra damage by 10% at level 1, at level 2, and at level 3, 25%, right? It says the effect is doubled in a wet environment. You know how easy it is to make a wet environment with my team where I have that girl generating water zones, putting thunderclouds down, right? It's very easy. And then like in wet environment formats, I can get this buff triggered easy. Same concept with the dry environment, but I actually have a character on my team that generates water zones. Not only that, her second leader engraving skill says all Echomancers take 10% reduced damage, right? Everyone benefits from that. That's good. My team becomes much more harder to kill. After a water Echomancer casts a barrier skill, all Echomancers gain 4 stacks of Inspire. This number of Inspire stacked obtained through this method cannot exceed level 7 at level 2 and level 10 at level 3. You can get the level 3 perk. And every time she casts this, 4 stacks is given to my party. And you can get up to 20 stacks of Inspire, which is 200% damage increase in total. But like, this makes so much more sense as a leader for any party, honestly, with water provided, right? Electroconduct teams or any water induced teams. I think I want to go through with her and build a build that's going to be suitable to my team composition. And so like, if you don't want to cook hard, you don't have to. You can come up here, click balanced, right? And you can click apply, and the AI will generate a build for you that you don't have to like fry your brain. If you do want to cook, you can go over here to custom and really get to cooking with how you want to do it. Like it's got a lot going on there, but you know, just go for balance. If you want to go for simplicity, just know that every single SR you have has a perk attached to it, right? So this SSR here says, after casting an active skill or seed skill of the buff / summon / recovery type, grant all Echomancers 2 stacks of Inspire. So again, we're trying to reach 20 stacks, right? At level 1, level 2, and level 3, you can run into an overkill of Inspire stacks. If you've already reached 20, then you don't need any more than that. But every single one of these memory traces is going to have an ability attached to it that you are going to be using with your team, with this leader. And when you go to this rogue mode, you're going to be unlocking these abilities at the end to then apply to the team. So you really want to make sure you spend a little bit of time figuring out what these SSRs are doing and how they're going to benefit your team. As I said, it's very in-depth, it's very intricate. So take your time reading through them. And once you have your ability like trees sorted out, you just go in there and you just build up these skills and unlock them to apply them to your team. This is how it works, right? Right, you're gonna run into some enemies. It's a rogue. It's literally a rogue mode, right? We one tapped him with a healer, bro. That's crazy. We're gonna increase the depth, which is actually gonna make the enemies more powerful, but also increase our rewards. All right, we're gonna come over here to this. Interact. Now this is important because this is pertaining to your team and what they're gonna receive, and also your leader. My leader also specializes in defense, so this might be a strong option for me, but MST is going to increase damage as well as my team's abilities and their efficacy. So MST is also very, very important. I'm going to go with that one. And that's the crazy thing. It's up to your creative freedom and what you want to cook up with choosing this stuff. All right, we're going to get skill points plus 60, and we're also going to activate this ability. When there are 2 or more lightning Echomancers on the field, apply 1 stack of Inspire. I will have 2 or more lightning Echomancers, my freaking gun guy, as well as my second, my tank, my Demon Slayer upper rank Moon 3 guy. All right, so we got a new ability we're unlocking. Each time an Echomancer becomes the target of an enemy attack, the extra damage of all allied Echomancers is increased by 5%. That sounds good, so I'll activate it. All right, mental load minus 50. You can take a look at these markers here so you can see how that's going to affect us. Stats unchanged during battle. If we do mental load minus 50, all stats plus 10% during battle. So that's pretty nice. All right, let's upgrade. And then now we get to choose whether we want a skill or a stat increase. If we want to go focus on more skill increase or more stat, I always go for skill because that's how you're going to put skills to like level 3 and get maximum efficacy out of them. This is the gist of the rogue mode, right? We come through here, we progress, and then we unlock stats and skills that we're then going to use with the team development that we're going for. All right, so now we can come over here to the end and we can choose. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Complete the Nexus. Yep, so we complete our Nexus, our rogue mode run. We confirm, and then we use up our skill points here at the end, right? So we have 3,293 skill points. Now, this is the most important part. After picking out all of those abilities as we were running through the rogue mode, we now get to allocate our skill points towards the abilities we think are going to be the most important abilities for our team development. So me personally, when there are 2 or more lightning Echomancers on the field, apply a stack of Inspire. Taking this up to level 2 is so worth it because now I get 7 stacks of Inspire just from having 2 lightning units on the field. That's just like a no-brainer for me. Each time an Echomancer becomes the target of an enemy attack, the extra damage of allied Echomancers is increased by 5%, stacking up to 5 times. I think that's a really, really good perk to have because you're always going to have your tanks, your vanguards getting targeted by enemies. So that's just free damage. All Echomancers take 10% reduced damage. This effect does not stack. After Water Echomancer casts a barrier skill, all Echomancers gain 4 stacks of Inspire. My water girl, she's the leader of the party. She's always going to be casting barrier. So that's a no-brainer again, you know? And then this one here is another very important one. When Electro Conduct is triggered, we're going to be triggering the hell out of it between our lightning and water characters. Increase your damage by elemental reaction, right? Boom, boom, boom. We want to max that all the way out 100% increased damage, guys. 100%. So of course I'm going to choose that. Boom. All right, confirm. And now we have our brand new leader. Confirm. We have a brand new leader. Oh, she's A21. She's an even better leader, a higher leader than my boy. And we got some bond. Give a like. Give a like. And that's your roguelike mode, right? I just built an entire build on my leader. She's now my best leader. She's at level A21, a very, very powerful leader. So she's gonna be my new leader on my teams. And there you go, though. Like that's pretty much how that works out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our Ash Echoes content for today. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to the Ash Echoes team for sponsoring this video. I think the combat in this game, the build system, has such complexity and intricacy to it that if you're into that level of brain power, you're going to really enjoy this game. If you ended up liking what you see, don't forget, download the game right now down below in the description box or the pinned comment in the comment section. And it's coming out on November 13th. Mark your calendars. They've got a plethora of launch incentives. Check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.